Thong woke up to the sound of his phone ringing. Groggily, he removed Shankuk's hand from his vest and reached for his phone. It was his manager calling. Hello? Thong mumbled, his voice still sleepy. Manager, Thong, you are scheduled for tomorrow. His manager informed him. Thong blinked for a few times, trying to process the words. Oh, wait. His eyes widened slightly. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. He had no plans of working tomorrow. He wanted to celebrate the day with Jungkook. But what his manager said next made his breath itch. His fingers tightened around his phone. Manager, Jungkook is spending his Valentine's Day with his wife this year, so he will be busy. And you should focus on work now, Thong. Thong felt his eyes glistening with tears. But how do you know? His chest tightening painfully. His manager sighed. I confirmed it with Jungkook's secretary myself. I thought you would be spending the day with you, but his manager said Jungkook already have a plan with his wife, so I thought too you should attend the meeting in Paris. After all, Paris is your favorite place. You will enjoy it, Thong. There was a silence between them before his manager continued. Start packing your stuff, Thong. While leaving for Paris at noon, your schedule is packed, so be prepared. Thong said there froze, gripping the sheet tightly, his heart ached. But there was no time to cry over it. Paris, noon, a tight schedule, and Jungkook spending Valentine's Day with his wife. That hurts a lot. He got up and gets freshened up. When he came out of washroom, Jungkook was still sleeping. He once glanced at Jungkook before sighing and then packing his luggage to pack his stuff. Jungkook woke up after 30 minutes to the harsh sound of things rustling and being thrown around. His brows furrowed in confusion as he turned his head, only to see Thong aggressively packing his stuff. Still half asleep, Jungkook sat up and rubbed his eyes. Jungkook, what are you doing, Tae? He asked, his voice croaky. Thong didn't respond. He continued stuffing clothes into his suitcase. Angrily, Jungkook frowned. Thong, his voice was firmer this time. What's going on? Thong finally snapped, turning to glare at Jungkook. Can't you see? I'm packing my bags. Jungkook comfortably asked, packing? Are you leaving? Oh, wait, are we going somewhere? Thong didn't answer. He just turned away, zipping up his suitcase. Harshly, Jungkook quickly stood up, stepping closer. Thong, talk to me. Where are you going? Thong let out a sharp breath, gripping the handle of his suitcase tightly. I have more important things to do than staying here with you. Jungkook's expression darkened at the coldness in Thong's voice. More important things? In what tone you are talking to me, love? Thong turned, glaring angrily at Jungkook. Leave it, Jungkook. Jungkook shook his head. No, not leaving until you say, what are you doing? Without informing me a single word about your sudden leave. Thong crossed his hand over his chest. Does it matter? Jungkook gritted his teeth. Yes, it matters. Because I love you and I need to know about your whereabouts. Thong chuckled, shaking his head, rolling his eyes. As if you care, man. Come on, let me go now. You go spend your special day with your wife? Oh wait, you have already planned a perfect Valentine with him? Am I right? Jungkook stood confused. Valentine? What are you talking about? Thong, don't behave as if you are Saint Jungkook. Now, let me go. He snatched his bags from Jungkook's grip and turned it to leave, leaving Jungkook standing there with an unfamiliar heaviness settling in his chest, tears slipping from Thong's eyes as he felt betrayed and refused to look back at confused Jungkook. Jungkook stormed into the house, his heart pounding with frustration and unease. As he stepped into the bedroom, he found his wife sitting on the bed, casually polishing her nails, as if nothing had happened. He angrily asked his wife, what did you do? His wife barely spared him a glance, probing on her freshly painted nails. What do you mean? She asked casually. Jungkook stepped closer, his hand curling into fist. Why did Thong live like that? What did you say to him? You fucking bastard? His voice was laced with anger, his patience hanging by the thread. His wife finally looked up, raising a perfectly shaped brow. Oh, Dad, she smirked, tilting her head. I just made sure he understood it, please. Shankuk eyes darkened. What the hell does that mean? She sighed, placing a nail polish bottom down. I wanted to spend this Valentine Day with my husband. Is that a crime? Shankuk let out a harmless chuckle, shaking his head in disbelief. You wanted to spend Valentine Day with me? His gaze was burning with fury. His wife. Yes, she crossed her arms. I am your wife after all. I needed to show him his real place, and that's it under my shoe. Jungkook took a deep breath before stepping even closer, his stone eyes cold. Oh really? You think his place is under your shoe? Do you even know how big of a star he is? His wife shook her, shaking his head. I don't know. I don't need to know, Jungkook. Just know one thing. If he is a star, then my company is a pillar. He is still standing. If the pillar fails, he will fall eventually. Jungkook put his finger at her. Just shut up. He is just bound to you because of the contract. Doesn't mean you are a pillar. She sighed. Right. And that's how my husband started having an affair behind my back with him? Jungkook. That's because he is the one whom I love it, not you. And listen, I will not spend this Valentine Day or any other day with you. He will be my every Valentine or no one else. His wife's smirk faded. I will spend every Valentine Day with only him. His wife's smirk quickly turned it into anger. She slapped the nail polished bottle into the nightstand, standing up to face Jungkook with a look of pure arrogance. You think you can just walk away from me like that? She scoffed, crossing her arms. I'm your wife, Jungkook, whatever you like it or not. You have to spend your Valentine Day with me, not with that fucking boy. Jungkook raised his hand, slapping her across her face. Her face tilted into another side, bangs falling her cheeks, covering her whole face. Never talk about him like that. She suddenly grabbed his collar, tears falling from her eyes. Jungkook didn't flinch. You married to me, Jungkook. How can you behave with me like this? How can you love him this much? Can't you try to love me a little? What about our marriage? His gaze remained cold. That was never my choice. He said, gritting his teeth. She let out a harmless chuckle. Oh, and what will you do? Divorce me? His lips curled into a mocking smirk. Go ahead, but remember, Jungkook, I hold more power than you think. Jungkook clenched his jaw. What are you trying to say? She stepped closer, looking up at him with a hint of malice in her eyes. If you leave me, if you try to be with him, she spilled every word with like a poison. Dong, I will make sure your career burns to the ground. I will run you, Jungkook, and not just you, but him too. Jungkook face tightened. You wouldn't dare. She smirked. Try me. Silence hung heavy in the room. Jungkook heart pounded with rage, but more than that, there was fear in his chest, not for himself but for Dong. His wife leaned in, whispering in his ear, If I can't have you, no one will. Jungkook breathed hard, his heart hammering in his chest as he looked at the woman before him. The cold possessiveness in her eyes, sensuous down his spine. He swallowed his pride, his voice trembling as he pleaded, Please, just leave us alone. His hand boiled into face, desperation pleading into his words. You don't love me, you never leave. Let me go, let him go. But she only laughed, a cruel and sent chills down his spine. He stepped closer, placing a hand on his chest, her touch making his skin burn. Oh, Jungkook, she whispered, tilting her head. You still don't get it, do you? Jungkook stepped back, but she grabbed his wrist, her nails sticking into his skin. You are mine, she hisses. My possession, my obsession. Her eyes darkened with something terrifying. I will never let you go, and I will never let Dong have you. He can't have my husband. He can never. Jungkook, you are insane. He breathed out, trying to pull away, but her grip tightened. She smiles, but it was twisted, filled with something far more sinister than love. Maybe I am, she admitted, her voice soft but chilling. But if I can't have you, no one can. Shankuk modified cool. His knees fell with. This wasn't just jealousy, this was obsession. She let go of his wrist abruptly as she stepped back. Now be a good husband and forgot about him. Shankar stood froze, his entire body numb as he walked away, leaving him standing there, shaken, terrified, traumatized. Shankar was trembling, his vision blurring with rage as he watched her walk away so casually, as if she hadn't just ripped his entire world apart. His breath grew heavier. His mind clouded with nothing but fury and hatred. His eyes landed on the sharp sword hanging on the wall, a decorated piece, once untouched. Without a second thought, he grabbed it, the cold metal sending a shiver through his palm. Wait! He stepped in her trap, turning back with an annoyed expression. What now, Jungkook? She sighed, but the moment her gaze met his, all the arrogance faded from her face. Jungkook smirked, a scary, bone-chilling smirk. She took a step back, sensing something dangerous, something monstrous in his eyes. Jungkook put that down. She stuttered, fear in her voice. But Jungkook only tilted his head, his grip on the sword tightening. You said I belongs to you, right? He took a slow step forward. Then I will never be free. She tried to back away, her breath itching. Let's talk. But before she could finish, Jungkook moved with one swift, merciless swing. The blade for a moment, silence. Then Jungkook let out a breathless chuckle, followed by another and another, until he was laughing loud, uncontrollable, like a man who had finally broke free from his chains. His hand, his clothes, his face, everything was stained with red, but he didn't care. He looked down at her lifeless form, his smile widening, his eyes dark with madness. Happy Valentine's Day, he whispered, before laughing again, the sound echoing through the blurry, soaked room. The next day, the police were called to an abandoned lake on the outskirts of the city. The water was musky with remains of what uses to be human body. Crocodiles swung lazily, their bellies full, their sharp teeth stained with fresh blood. Inspector Namjoon stood at the edge of the lake, his sharp eyes scanning the scene as offering gathered whatever little evidence remained. A forensic expert approached him, looking disturbed. Forensic expert. It's a mess, sir. The body was almost completely devoured. Nothing much is left except for a few bones and scars of flesh. The expert hesitated before adding, but something is odd. Namjoon frowned. What is it? The expert swallowed, adjusting his clothes. The heart. There was no trace of it. It's not just missing. It's like it was deliberately taken out before the crocodile caught the body. Namjoon's eyes darkened as he processes the information. Why would someone take just the heart? He couldn't ignore the creepy thought as the back of his mind, but without solid proof, he simply noted nothing down the detail in his notebook. Then turning to Nisil, he made his way toward Jungkook, who stood nearby, dressed in all black, his head down. Jungkook shoulder shaking as he let out muffled sobs. To the world, he looked utterly devastated, but Namjoon had been a detective long enough to recognize the performance. When he saw one, still he approached carefully. Mr. Jeon, he called him. Jungkook sniffed, slowly looking up, his red eyes glistening with unshed tears. Inspector, he shook it out. This is a nightmare. Who could do such a thing to her? Oh, my dear wifey, he cried out. Namjoon studied him. His pain in Jungkook's eyes was convincing, but there was something too perfect about it, like an actor playing his role flawlessly. He hummed, tapping his notebook with his pen. Namjoon, it's tragic, really. The crocodile did most of the work, but he watched Jungkook closely before dropping the bomb. Her heart is missing, Mr. John. Jungkook blinked, his lips parting slightly. Oh, what? Namjoon tilted his head. Strange, isn't it? The crocodile devoured almost everything, but not a single piece of heart was found, almost as if someone took it before disposing the body in the lake. Jungkook's finger twisted slightly, but his face remained unreadable. Namjoon narrowed his eyes. What do you think about that, Mr. John? Do you think your wife has someone who can take out her heart? Maybe a lover or an enemy? Jungkook swallowed, his gaze shifting little before he let out shaky breath. I don't know, Inspector. I can't believe she is gone. And he cried out, doing the question swiftly. His voice cracked in the end. If Namjoon wasn't so expert in, he might have believed it, but he wasn't fooled that easily. He gave Jungkook a small smile, closing the notebook. Of course, I understand, but you don't mind if we investigate further, do you? Jungkook shook his head quickly. Of course not. Please, find whom did this. I need to know about that person. Okay, I mean, punish him by myself. After all, she was my wife. Namjoon nodded, his gaze lingering on Jungkook for a moment too long before turning away. As he walked back toward his team, his gut told him one thing: Jungkook was hiding something, and Namjoon was going to find out exactly what. Tong took the earlier flight back to Seoul. The moment he heard the news of Jungkook's wife death, his heart was pounding the entire journey. He didn't know what had happened. As soon as he landed, he rushed straight to Jungkook's home, expecting people mourning shawls, something that reflected the tragedy that had just occurred. But what he saw instead left him speechless. The entire house was glowing with soft, warm candlelight. Tong's brows furrowed. This doesn't mean feel like a morning house. The moment he stepped inside, flower petal rustled down on him like lovers' welcome. A faint melody played in the background, sweet and scary in the silent space. The door closed behind him with a soft click. Tong took a hesitant step forward, his eyes scanning the space. There was a path with flower petals on her. The path leading towards something waiting for him. His feet moved on their own, following the delicate trail until he reached a velvet-covered box placed carefully on the small table. His breath itched as he reached for it, hands trembling slightly. He opened the box. Inside was a breathtaking dress, elegant, shimmering under the candlelight. It was beautiful, too beautiful. He didn't need to be told. He knew who it was. Do you like it? The voice sent shivers down his spine. Tong snapped up, and there he was, Jungkook, standing in the end of the path, watching him with love-filled eyes. He was dressed in a fitted black suit, his hair perfectly styled. There was no sadness on his face. Instead, he looked satisfied, like a man who had finally gotten rid of unconveniences, like a man who had planned everything. Tong swallowed hard, gripping the edge of the dress as he whispered, Jungkook, what is this? Jungkook smiled, stepping closer, his voice deep, smooth, possessive. A gift, love, for our new beginning? Jungkook took a slow step toward Tong, his gaze never leaving him. This is Valentine Day, Tong, Jungkook muttered, his voice smooth but hypnotic. And I know how much you wanted to spend with me. He tilted his head slightly, his lips curling into a smirk. So I made it possible. Now you are here, standing right in front of me. Tong gripping the delicate red dress in his hand, his heart pounding. Something about it felt so wrong. He had rushed here after hearing about Jungkook's wife betrayal, expecting to find him broken human. But there was nothing, no sadness, no regret, just this scary calmness. We are going to celebrate Valentine together, just like you wanted. Tong was widening. Jungkook, he whispered, shaking his head. This isn't right. I came here to talk to you about your wife. She's just... Jungkook said, she is gone. There's nothing to talk about. Tong breathed. Nothing to talk about? You don't even look sad or disturbed, Jungkook. Do you even realize what happened? Tong demanded, gripping the dress tightly. She was found in the abandoned lake, her body, and Jungkook cutted him off. Taeyong, his voice raised, stepping closer. His finger grabbed Taeyong's wrist slowly, going up to his arm, sending a shiver down his spine. Why are you talking about irrelevant things? His lips pressed against Taeyong's ear as he whispered, "Put on the dress, love." Taeyong shook his head, trying to step back. No, Jungkook, I. But before he could finish, Taeyong's hand suddenly pressed against his back, pushing him toward the bedroom. Go inside, Jungkook ordered. Change your clothes, then we will celebrate our romantic Valentine's. Taeyong stumbled slightly as he was pushed into the room. The door clicked shut behind him, his hand trembling as he looked down at the beautiful red dress. This wasn't love, this was something else. Something terrifying. When Taeyong finally opened the door and stepped out, the warm glow of candlelight illuminated the figure, making the candlelight red fabric of the dress shimmer with every moment. The scent of roses and freshly cooked dishes filled the air, and soft music played in the background. Jungkook, who had been pouring wine in the glass, froze. The moment his eyes landed on Taeyong, his breath issued, and for a second, he felt like time had stopped. The wine overflowed from the glass, spilling onto the table and dripping onto the floor. But Jungkook didn't even notice. His gaze was fixed on Taeyong, on the way that dress hugged his body perfectly. Shit, Jungkook muttered under his breath, finally snapping out tense. He quickly grabbed the napkin, wiping the mess with the little consonant before tossing it aside. His priorities were somewhere. Before Taeyong could say a word, Jungkook closed the distance between them, his hands cubing Taeyong's face as he leaned in. Their lips met in a deep, intoxicated kiss. Taeyong gasped softly against his lips, his hand instinctively gripping onto Jungkook's shirt as Jungkook's arm wrapped around his waist, pulling him closer. The kiss was slow but intense, filled with unspoken emotions. Jungkook pulled away slightly, his forehead resting against Taeyong's. His eyes were dark with desire as he whispered, "Jungkook, you are breathtaking." His hand trailed down Taeyong's arm, intertwining their fingers as he gently led him toward the beautiful set dinner table. He pulled out a chair and made Taeyong sit before placing a wine glass in his hand. "Jungkook, you will take my breath away if you keep looking like this." Jungkook muttered, his voice dripping with adoration. He took his own glass, raising it to us. Taeyong hesitated for a second before clicking his glass against Jungkook smiled, his eyes filled with nothing but love. "I love you," he whispered. He said it once, then twice, then over and over again, as if words themselves could blind Taeyong to him forever. His smile widened as he reached out, tucking a stray strand of hair behind Taeyong's ear. "I'm so happy today." Jungkook sighed. "I finally get to celebrate Valentine's with you. Just like I always wanted." He gripped on Taeyong's hand, tightening ever so slightly, as if nothing else in the world would ever matter. Before Taeyong could utter a single word, the doorbell rang, interrupting their romantic moment. Jungkook groaned, standing up and heading toward the door. He opened it and revealed Namjoon, a tall, well-built police officer, who was shocked at seeing the decoration. The romantic atmosphere filled the room, making it feel like a celebration than anything else. Namjoon raised an eyebrow, glancing over the scene. He curiously looked at Jungkook. "Namjoon, are you celebrating Valentine's Day?" Namjoon asked, his voice filled with disbelief. Jungkook merely shook it. He wasn't disturbed by the question. "Join us for dinner," he said, stepping aside to let Namjoon in. Namjoon hesitated for a moment, still unsure of the situation, but decided to step inside away. As he walked toward the table, his shock only deepened. There, sitting across from Jungkook, was none other than Taeyong, the famous actor and supermodel. The very Taeyong who had been the subject of so much attention in the media. "Namjoon, Taeyong, what are you doing here?" Taeyong didn't immediately respond. He looked between Namjoon and Jungkook. Namjoon continued asking questions after question. "How do you know, Jungkook? What's going on here? Why are you two here?" Jungkook cut him off before he could speak. He didn't seem scared the question at all. Dong and I are just having dinner. Why don't you join us? Namjoon blinked in disbelief. He settled into the chair across from Taeyong, his eyes still shaking back and front between the two, trying to piece together the strange circumstances. Despite the question, Namjoon felt something unsettling in the air. Taeyong remained unsurely quiet, clearly lost in his thought. Jungkook, on the other hand, seemed perfectly fine. It was clear that his evening was no ordinary dinner, but Namjoon couldn't quite figure out the deeper connection between them. The dinner continued in an uncomfortable silence, with Namjoon watching them both closely, but no one dared to break it. After dinner, Namjoon got up, clearly ready to leave. His mind was full of questions that he knew could not be answered tonight. He had to return tomorrow. There was too much to piece together. Namjoon, Jungkook. Namjoon reached out his coat. I will come back tomorrow. I have too many questions, but before I go, I have to ask. What did we eat tonight? It tasted different. Unique actually. It was good, but there was something strange about it. Jungkook didn't immediately respond. His gaze lingered on Namjoon as a slow creepy smile spread on his face. Jungkook, you asked me earlier about the heart being missing from crime scene? Jungkook said, his voice low and casual, as if he was saying a simple fact. Well, here it is. He leaned back in his chair, his smile widening. The heart you and Taeyong ate tonight is here. My wife's heart. Namjoon froze, his breath caught in his throat. The word didn't make sense. Not at first. His mind raced, trying to process the horrifying implication of what Jungkook had just said. Jungkook didn't seem bothered by the effect of the words he had on Namjoon, chilling about the way he spoke. Her heart. Jungkook repeated the word almost gentle in his mouth. I thought it would be fitting for Valentine's Day. Namjoon stood still for a moment, his mind struggling with the situation. It all clicked into peace now. Jungkook, still smiling, made no effort to hide the dark satisfaction in his eyes. You to eat it. It's poetic, don't you think? You would enjoy it. I feed my lover my wife's heart. He chuckled softly, leaning back in the chair as if nothing were wrong. Namjoon could barely speak, his voice hoarse with whisper. You can't be serious, Jungkook. Jungkook simply nodded, looking at Taeyong, who has been processing the information. Now go ahead, Namjoon. Tomorrow we will have more to discuss. But for now, you should get some rest. There's more to come. Namjoon hand shook as he pulled out the handcuff. He stepped closer to Jungkook. You are under arrest for the murder of your wife. You are not getting away with this, Jungkook. Jungkook's lips curled into a dark smile. For a moment, it almost seemed like he wasn't taking the situation seriously. But before Namjoon could react further, Jungkook's sword faded. In an instant, he moved. With a swift motion, Jungkook reached for a hidden blade, and before Namjoon could make a sound, Jungkook drove it into his chest. Blood flowed across the floor and was in a horrifying despair. Namjoon dropped it on the ground, lifeless in a second. Taeyong stood frozen in horror, but his body couldn't move. He couldn't move. The man he had known, the man he had once loved, was not the same anymore. Jungkook turned to Taeyong with his breast in his claws. His eyes, once filled with warmth, now held something dangerous, darkness that made Taeyong scared. Jungkook, you are still terrified, aren't you? But don't worry, Taeyong. I will never hurt you. I could never hurt you. He smiled at Taeyong, a twisted, obsessive smile. You are my whole world, the one I did all this for. You have no idea how much I have sacrificed to make sure we could be together. Taeyong's heart raced in his chest. The monster who was once in love, he wanted to speak, to scream, to run, but his voice betrayed him, locked in his throat. The man standing before him was not the Jungkook he had once known, and it was. There was something more in his eyes, now a cold possessive hunger that Taeyong couldn't ignore. This wasn't the man he had fallen for. Jungkook's gaze softened as he stepped closer, his hand gently resting on Taeyong's. You don't understand it, do you? He muttered it almost as if speaking to himself. It will take time, but you will see. I am not the man you once knew. The old Jungkook is gone. This is the new me, and you, Taeyong, you are my reason. You are the one I will protect, the one I will love forever. Taeyong suddenly smirked, circling his hand around Jungkook. Oh, and I love this Jungkook so much. This is the best gift I have ever had. On Valentine, Jungkook smirked before capturing Taeyong's lip for a kiss.